Hello everyone, welcome to MorningSpace Studio. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to run Elasticshell in interactive mode using Dialog. Elasticshell is an open source project that includes a set of command line utilities to help you manage Elasticsearch, and it is entirely written in Bash shell. Usually, we run Elasticshell as a command line tool. It does not require user input when the command is running. However, Elasticshell can also be run in interactive mode, which provides context menu that allows user input to drive the way it goes. It is useful when you want to demonstrate something, test something, or investigate something with your Elasticsearch cluster. It clearly shows people the execution path. When run Elasticshell in interactive mode, it supports two types of user interfaces, the plain text UI and the dialog UI. In this video, I will show you how to run Elasticshell using dialog UI. To run Elasticshell in interactive mode using dialog UI, you just need to add an option called --UI-dialog. Let's choose Reindex command as an example. You will see the welcome dialog. Then the main menu. Each menu item maps to the subcommand that is also available when run Elasticshell as command line tool in non-interactive mode. In order to select a menu item, you can use arrow keys, then press Enter key, or you can input the number in front of each menu item. In order to demonstrate remote reindex from one Elasticsearch cluster to another one, I have deployed two clusters, and both of them run in Docker containers. Let's check the target cluster at first, where the hostname is Elasticsearch, and the port number is the default one. So let's use Elasticsearch cat API to check its indices. Nothing has been created yet. Then let's check the source cluster, where the hostname is Elasticsearch-old. Let's change the net_host setting and leave the port number unchanged. Now let's run the cat API again. It shows there's an index called GitHub with more than 4,000 documents indexed there. Also, node status shows that the Elasticsearch-old cluster has two nodes running. Okay, now let's change the net_host back to the target cluster, which is Elasticsearch. Before we start Reindex, there's one more thing to note. We can see there are some settings where the names are started with Reindex. They are the settings that are dedicated for Reindex. You can adjust each of them as needed. Also, they can be found in main.properties file in Elasticshell configuration folder and can be overridden by defining environment variables. One of the Reindex settings called Reindex wait for completion. It is false by default, which means Elasticshell will return immediately right after the Reindex request is sent out. The Reindex process will be run as tasks in background. We can use the Elasticsearch Task API to query and monitor the tasks. Now, let's start to launch the Reindex. That is to reindex data from Elasticsearch-old cluster to Elasticsearch cluster. Choose Run, input a job name, for example, my job 1. Then choose a predefined reindex request. These request posts map to the disk files that are stored in the Reindex folder, which is a subfolder of the Elastic Shell configuration folder. Let's choose request-GitHub. Then you can choose queries. If you choose query, it will be added into the Reindex request before the request is sent to the source cluster, so that can reindex a subset of the documents. For example, in our case, the queries by time option actually includes a set of time ranges that can be added as queries to the reindex requests. So we can reindex a subset of the documents that matches the time range one request at a time. And if we run multiple requests simultaneously, and each request covers a subset of the data, it'll make the reindex more efficient. Okay, let's choose queries by time. Because the overall time range has been divided into a few pieces, and the wait for completion setting is false, there will be a corresponding number of tasks running in background at the same time. As you can see, each time when Elasticshell sends the reindex request with the query for a particular time range, it returns a task ID that maps to the corresponding reindex task. In our case, we have 5 tasks. Let's choose Tasks and Running to check the running tasks. This actually calls the Elasticsearch Tasks API under the hood. It shows empty result, which means all 5 tasks that we launched just now are completed. This is because the total amount of our test data is relatively small, which makes our index compete very quickly. If there's more data, you will see running tasks here. Okay, now let's check the completed tasks. Choose the job name that we specified just now. You will see all the details of these Reindex tasks. Besides the tasks monitoring, Elasticshell can also generate report for the Reindex job. Choose Report and the name of the job that you want to check. You will see the report of your Reindex job. For each task, it includes the task ID, the number of the documents that have been reindexed by this task, the number of batches, time cost, the reindex query being used, and so on. At the end of the report, there's a summary of all the tasks that are being involved in the current job. It includes the job name, the total number of the documents being reindexed by all tasks, the total number of batches, time cost in total, and so on. Okay, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time. This is MorningSpace Studio.